Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry, been inactive for a couple of weeks now. It's just down to not having everything prepared like I thought I did. We were planning on getting a couple of cars on the channel, but a couple of people have been too busy really to stick to plans, which is fair enough. We can make exceptions for that and for everyone, but one thing I didn't expect to do was do a collab with Hampshire Photography's page. Hopefully we'll be seeing that this week on his channel. So he's done a review on my Golf R, which is behind me. So yeah, today, as you probably already can tell from the description of title, shall I say, of the video, going to be talking about things that I like about not necessarily my Golf R in particular, but what I like about it and why I got mine. So guys, you join me slouched in my car. Yeah, so let's go over a couple of things then, or a few things why I like this Golf R, and in particular like the Golf Rs. So first we could get on to the colour then. It's white silver, as some of you will already know if you've seen the previous videos. For me, it was a massive selling point, considering I went to look at just a normal white one, which was only a Mark 7 as well. Nothing against Mark 7s at all, but yeah, went to look at a white Mark 7, and in the forecourt, sat next to it, was this white silver 7.5. So there's a few differences you could say between these two, and with the facelift you get the gloss black extended side skirts, a nicer rear diffuser, I'd say, in my opinion. You get loads of different extras, and we're going to touch on them in this video, I think. So yeah, the colour played a massive part, and you might, when you see the Hampshire Photography's video on this, you'll see he even explains it as well, that in the cloudier sort of light this will look really light nardo sort of grey, and in the brighter sunlight it looks almost white, which is yeah, very weird colour. Flips throughout the day and flips between different weather, we could say. So yeah, moving on then to one of the second reasons why I looked at this then instead of the Mark 7 as well, because the upgrades, was the interior. Okay, it hasn't got the full leather interior, but I'm not a fan of full leather interior if I'm honest, because in the winter it can be very cold, and in the summer it's too hot and you stick to the seats. So I went for the half cloth, half Alcantara, and they're so comfy, a lot more comfy. You don't slip and slide around like you would on a leather seat. That was one of the points. Moving on to the virtual cockpit or virtual dash, whatever you want to call it, we got that in here with the Pro navigation system. Massive selling point again for an 18 plate car. At the time there was nothing that could compare to it for the age and the technology you were getting in the vehicle, for the price as well. Massive I'd say pull to when buying it, looking at the price and then the spec and stuff like that. So on top of the interior, as soon as I got it, I went over to Ish Automotive in London. He travels around the UK quite a lot. He's got an Instagram page, which we'll put all the links in the description. He coded my car up that once again changed it dramatically for me. I loved it. He put the alarm bleeps, unlock and lock on. He put the 30 different colours on, and a few other bits. I'm not going to go into it all because that's just a total different video, which we're not doing. So yeah, he done all that for me, and I think it looks brilliant. Moving on to performance from standard then, and the potential that these Golf Rs give you. So from standard, it's 310 horsepower car, which is about 10 horsepower more than the Mark 7 pre-facelift model. Not a lot in between it. A lot of people I know have got their facelift Golf R's dynoed from stock, and they've come out really pleased because they can get readings and graphs saying that they've reached 315, 320 horsepower depending on the fuel you're using. So for me, 310 brake standard, then one of the best hot hatches out there, then I suppose you could say. I think it's wicked. It's plenty of power for UK roads. Well, for any roads, for instance, you're not going to be able to use a lot of power anywhere unless you're off on track or you go to a strip to race down a strip or something like that. So yeah, that played a massive part as well. For the money you're paying, you're getting a fast enough hot hatch, let's put it that way. What also comes into this is the four-wheel drive system, which it just, when it squats down and it launches, you have no risk of it slipping at all. Obviously depending on how much tread you got on your tyres, of course, and what tyres you're running, but these cars, no matter the weather, they pick up and they just fly. They stick to the road like anything, which I'm well happy about because it's a safer car to be in. If you're into your four-wheel drives, then that is. If you're into your rear-wheel drives, you like a bit of playtime and a bit of yeah, thrill to your driving, we could say. Moving on to another point, I suppose, is road presence. The car, even from stock, the way it sits on the road and you see them on the road, especially with their daytime running lights on, look unreal, looks amazing. It's got that stockiness to it, looks mean, obviously handles the road really well, but to top that off, when you do want to go for some stance and you go to your Motex or your whoever you want to do, like go to get this sort of stuff done, but when you do lower your car and you put some spacers on it, they look so wide, so nice. I mean, mine looks wicked enough in my own opinion like this, and it's lowered on coilovers. Don't run spacers, but I've got wider wheels, so it brings the arches out a little bit better, and I think it looks savage like that. They do look very nice, especially once you've lowered them and stuff like that. But even in stock form, if you've got the Pretoria wheels, they look good enough. So yeah, road presence is massive, and that's probably one of the next points I was going to go into, but we could probably say it coincides with what I've just said, and that's the quad tailpipes. Audi have been doing it on their S1s, obviously, and stuff like that, and that also makes the rear end look really wide and aggressive. I mean, I used to think that about mine looks even better now because it's obviously got the custom exhaust, 3.5-inch tailpipes, and when you've got four of them all sat next to each other, it looks so aggressive and so wide. I just love the look of them. Even stock, not putting them down stock, but stock tailpipes, they're a little bit too small, I'd say, for what they're meant to sound like, which is fair enough. VW do cheat on the emissions, but never mind. So that's all to do with emissions and stuff like that. But once you do get your exhaust on, like this is obviously a custom exhaust with Miltech tips, but when you do get your exhaust and stuff like that and you select your tips, they do look so much wider and nicer, I'd say, in the rear ends. So yeah, that's a few points, I suppose. One last point you could say with mine in particular, I wanted something more practical now. For years I loved three-door sort of looking cars, and don't get me wrong, they look wicked. If you're going for a Golf GTI, I don't normally say this, but you'd want that in a three-door and you'd want it in manual. It's more of it's heritage, it's VW's heritage. That GTI has been there since the Mark 1. So if you're going for a GTI, I would say go manual, go for a three-door version over your five-door. But yeah, I mean, I went for a five-door version because it's what I wanted. I've been forever, for years, in a three-door, jumping out, letting people in the back, and it's a right pain in the arse. So by having a five-door, it's easy. You go and pick up friends or family, and you know, you can stay seated. They can let themselves in and out, and there's yeah, it's just easier. And I suppose if you're going shopping and stuff like that, or if you've got big stuff that you're transporting, you want to put in the car, it's easier with a 5-door, in my own opinion. But yeah, I hope I touched on everything you guys wanted me to touch on, really. But obviously, like I said already, they're just the points why I picked this car, and they're my points in my opinion. So they might not be everyone's opinion or reasons why they'd get a Golf R, but yeah, I'd strongly recommend looking into a few of these reasons. Research them a little bit before you get one, but yeah, they're just the main reasons. So thanks for watching, guys. Welcome back. We're going to be featuring all the time, so it doesn't get too boring. But yeah, I mean, if you want your car featured, it doesn't matter whether it's out of this world tuned or whether it's an absolute boggo basic. Even if it is just in stock form, it'd be good to get it on the channel and just do a review on it and let people know what it's like, because you never know, there might be people out there who want that sort of car and they want to see it in stock form and see how it performs. So if you do want your car featured, drop me an email. All the links will be in the description. Add me on Instagram. I'm pretty active on there most of the time, and you can drop me a message and we'll get you booked in. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.